What's the cast called? Are you gonna do?
Hello, everybody. With people in the background talking through the intro. Welcome to Through the Looking Cast, this new podcast we're doing with me, myself, and I, and nobody else. Nobody else is here. So if you hear anybody in the background, just fucking tune them out. They're not that important. They're not that important.
I am a side character.
Anyway, we got the main character in this storyline, Obi-Ron, aka P-Boy. We got a non-important side character,
Rowdy,
aka Beep. I'm gonna say your real name,
C3PR.
And we got side character number 2, who's not important either, Reginald in the background. It's all about me, okay, guys? Nobody fucking else. Nobody else is important. You're here for me.
Nothing.
If you hear any noises that sound like struggling a little bit, that's not what's actually
I'm just gonna
happening.
edit everybody else's voice out. It'll just be me talking to myself.
This is all a figment of his own imagination and questions within his own mind that he asks himself.
Yep. I speak 3 different voices. I'm not
Hold
human. I'm subhuman. Part
Okay,
human.
so I got a story I've been waiting to tell you, bro. Alright.
Yeah, I got a story I'm telling everybody. Alright, listen now.
This is the story that we've repressed inside of our mind for millennia and is resurfacing. So, in high school, I had this principal, right? Or this assistant principal, and this is the funniest part. It's like one of those mystical...
I think everybody had a principal in high school.
It's like one of those mystical stories where the lady gets left at the altar, used to be pretty, was like the queen of the freaking
I'll have the cigarettes in the car. Give me
cheerleader team, right? So she was like on the mass cheerleader team, the most beautiful woman that graduated from high school at her time, bullshit. And so now she's really, really tubby and fat, cause the dude left her at the altar. And so, like, at the time, we had, like, concessions and shit like that at the school. This was before we built a new building. It's called the H building. And our school's been around. It's the Houghton High School. It's been around for fucking, like, centuries. Like, back in, like, the 1940s or some shit was when one of the first buildings was built. So this lady was, like, so fat, and, like, at one point in time, I got sent to gas
She was
because
larger than a fucking cow.
I had a candy bar, right? I had a candy bar, and she sent me to gas because I offended her by what I was doing with it. So I walked by her to go to my next class, and she saw I had the candy bar in my hand, and her eyes were following it like a dog. Like, she was, like, drooling over this shit and everything, watching me walk by. So I picked it up in my hand, and I looked at her in the face, and I shook it like a dog, and I acted like I was going to throw it. That's when she took me to the principal's office. I got in trouble for making her look like she was begging for a treat. But, like, so it gets even better. So, later on, like, weeks later, these people decided to do a prank, I guess, because I got in trouble. I don't really know the names of them, but so they took her car and they filled it up with I forget what they're called, the yellow things with the cream in them, the Twonkies, yeah,
Twonky.
Not like, what kind of shit you be eating?
I mean, you know them right now, so.
Yeah.
So they
Them
filled her
Twonkies.
car up with Twinkies and then saran wrapped it shut. And the funniest part was she said she wouldn't have been mad if it wasn't Twinkies. So she was okay with you filling her car up with junk food, but it just wasn't needed to be Twinkies.
I'm not fat. I'm underweight, and I'd be fine with Twinkies just in my car.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, so dude, so after this incident and everything at my school, they stopped having concession sales and candy sales at the school, and they only sold like the veggie chips, and the drinks went away, and they only sold water drinks. They said because it was unhealthy for students. Like, no, it was unhealthy for this pig lady here to have access to the freaking candy. Yeah. And so we had to have a new building, right, erected, because later on what happened was she couldn't go into a certain science building, our only 2-story building, because it had stairs.
Yeah, let's say she
so
walk up the fucking
they had to get
stairs.
a fire department and stuff because the building was so old. When she walked upstairs, she fell through half the floor, and they couldn't get her down. Like, so they had to have a fire department stuff come and like help this lady out of the building with ladders and like pulley systems.
At that point, I'd just kill myself.
Right? would be embarrassed.
I just fucking off myself.
And so the new building.
Like, first of all, I can't jack off because my fat rolls are in the way. And
You
second
can't
of
even
all,
see your
like,
dick.
fall in front, through some fucking stairs in front of a whole bunch of teenagers.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can fucking kill myself.
And so the new building, after all this, had to have an elevator in it, and literally she's the only one allowed to use it.
Yeah,
They
because
had,
elevators have weight limits.
They,
Yeah.
oh my god! They had the so they had a system for if you could go in there, you get like a code as the student council person or whatever. But you could ultimately ride the elevator too if you were high enough up. But I just thought it was funny that the new building had to mandatorily have this because of her weight limit.
Oh, God.
She
Fuck.
probably feels like shit.
I don't think she works there anymore.
First
Oh,
podcast and we're already shaming people.
I'm not
Oh, yeah.
shaming her.
By the way, disclaimer: 18 only. If you're
18 only? You mean 18 and
eight-
older?
18 and older. If you're
Why are you arguing with yourself?
underage? Oh yeah, because I'm only 12. I forgot. Oh, my bad.
We've aged two years.
They've aged backwards.
Aged backwards. All right.
So I look 12 and I am 12, I guess, huh?
Just trash the podcast, throw it away. Josh ruined it already.
I ruined it already because you don't. Dude, she was eyeballing me like a hawk with that candy bar. What else was I supposed to do? I started the whole pandemic. What else was I gonna do?
That sucked for you, because
She needed
fucking
it.
every day I'd get like 3 things from fucking extra sales.
Yeah, we had no candy.
Ice cream, like 2 chicken sandwiches. I'd fucking off myself if I had
I'd
veggie
always
chips.
get like ice
Yeah.
cream and shit from school.
Fuck, who wants veggie chips?
Nobody.
What about the
Vegans maybe?
that breakfast? The best thing in school was the
vegan.
breakfast pizza.
Oh, fuck no, dude.
What?
Wait, what?
The breakfast pizza.
I
was
never-
the
I
best.
never-
I didn't really like it.
I never ate
at our
breakfast
school.
at school. I ate breakfast at our high school probably once.
That's where you
And
went
it-
wrong.
The only time
And
I would
it
eat it
was
was like cereal.
fucking disgusting. Like, yeah, they had cereal, which was good, but fucking the fucking pizza with the sausage on. No,
Dude, that
shit's
was so good.
disgusting.
Our school food was gross.
I don't like sausage on a pizza.
That pizza, you were missing out. That pizza was so good.
Nah, you need to have
Our school rarely had good
Pepperoni
food, in my opinion.
or some shit was good. Then
Dude,
they brought out vegetable soup, and that shit was disgusting.
Yeah, I didn't really. Some of their soups are okay, but the vegetable soup is.
the pizza was good until they had the little pizza sticks that they tried to pass off as like the beginning of a hot
Oh, see, we
pocket.
never got
It was like a
pizza
long
sticks.
Yeah, we
slender.
never got that.
It was like a long slender tube of meat that was
Just
breaded.
like you and your
Sounds
meat
scrumptious,
steak
huh?
It was
yesterday.
breaded for the children.
You made the car smell like beef. Nothing
Yeah.
but beef yesterday.
My car
You-
smelled like straight beef.
Wobble your head to my meat stick. My meat stick is
Even
smelling
with
so
the
good.
window all the way down, still smelled like meat
If you
stick.
would have got a Slim Jim, it would have been okay.
Yeah.
No, I want the monstrous beef stick in my mouth.
Fucking nasty one.
You forget he wants the big things in his mouth.
Oh god, he used to choking on a bunch of Twinkies.
Twinkies. What, dude? What?
I'm PG. I don't cuss.
Not at all.
I'm a virgin. Sex is
Okay.
bad, kids. And apparently abortion is too. Don't
Did
go
I-
to Alabama or you're gonna die.
Did I ever tell you about the time that I got tased in the ass as like a 13-year-old kid
No, I got tased several times.
for no
I remember
reason?
we chased you around with a fucking taser in your apartment.
Isaac would just come over with a fucking taser and just start tasing. He tased my mom.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, my mom wanted to be tased, and she was just like, "Alright, tase me."
How'd she handle it?
And she screamed.
I probably would too.
Dude, my mom would have beat the hell out of somebody.
Shit, but Isaac had one of those little baby tasers to where it only numbs at the body part it touches.
No, I got
Fuck
shot
that.
in the ass by a popo.
No, fuck that. I refuse fucking... Raven had one of those police registered tasers. That is one thing I would not fucking allow myself to get shocked by. That's instant you fall on the ground and just stiff.
Alright, I got this story right here. Here you go. So, I'm like 13 years old, right? And it's me, my friend Steven, and my friend Zach. And Zach, this is like one of a good note part. Zach's really flat-footed. Like super flat-footed. So this dude's got like 13-inch feet. Flat-footed, so when he runs around, he sounds like he's fucking clapping. Okay, so we're in a neighborhood. It's called Birch, like the Birch neighborhood. And through the woods, there's this little trail where you can get to an even bigger neighborhood called Tall Timbers. And Tall Timbers is a problem with people breaking in people's houses. So they have a police officer that drives around at night. So me and my 3 friends of the smartest people that I had at that period in time in childhood decided it would be a fun idea to run from the police officers.
Obviously, they weren't really that smart.
Yeah.
So we're like, the cop's coming down shining his light, and we just start darting off. And the cop turns on his light and drives a little way. Then we break through and like go to the left, and it goes towards these woods past these houses. And the cop jumps out the car and starts chasing him. And my asthma ass can't fucking run worth shit, bro. And you just hear my friend running from the police office. You just hear clap, 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 clap on the road. So we knew he had to dump through the woods. Because, dude, there's no way you're running from a cop when you're clapping like a fucking mile away from him. You hear this guy just running with giant clown feet. So we go and we run, and my asthma ass can't keep up. So my friend Steven and Zach make it over the fence, and it's like this big 8-foot fence in these people's backyards. And as soon as you jump the fence, you can get to the trail that goes back to my house, and we could have separated and hide. So I'm going, and I go to jump over the fence, and this little half-tubby cop's in the back. He's breathing heavy. He's fucking, stop! Don't fucking jump the fence! And I'm hanging straddling the fence. I'm halfway. So he shoots the fucking taser, and it goes in my right ass cheek. And I'm just like seizing out, grinding the top of this fence on my fucking nutsack until I go to fall over on the other side of the fence, and they rip out of my ass. I hit the ground, and the shock's like just enough for me to get up. And the cop's yelling, don't fucking move, I know you're still there. And so, like, I'm coming out of this little paralysis. I get up, I'm like, fuck this. I cannot get caught by a fucking cop. I ran for no reason. What am I going to say? I just wanted to see what would happen. That little kid. So, dude, it gets up my ass and we run. And fucking make it through the woods because the cop couldn't figure out the trails. Because we, like, got 4 different trails through this woods and we get back. And nobody knows anything's happened. I just got away with it scot-free.
The fuck?
Tasing the ass by a fucking cop. It hurt so fucking bad, dude. It like ripped little chunks out, and I got like 2 little black marks in my butt.
I remember running from cops, but never got tased.
Yeah.
I remember skating a fucking place in, where was it? It was Chalmette, or skating Chalmette High School. And I had Xanax in my pocket. And fucking cops come. One cop passes by, sees me skating. He's taking a lap around the high school to come stop me, and the other cops come the other way. Well, they had the straight, long, like narrow hallway out in the courtyard, and I ran and just jumped into a bush and hid there for about an hour.
Just jumped like flying Superman.
Dude, I swear I was booking it. I was booked because I was not getting caught with Xanax in my pocket. I was already on probation at that point in time. Fuck that, I ran. I sat in there, and they just sat right there at the edge of the fucking little hallway, just waiting for me. And then I waited until they turned their back, and I just booked it about 2 miles until I got back to the house. Did not get caught. Not tased in the ass either.
Oh.
I did not have an ultimate sexual experience that day.
He
By
didn't
getting
straddle the fence.
Dude.
tased in the ass and grinding on a fence while I'm being shot.
I just pictured you like straddling the fuck out of
Dude,
the
that shit
fence.
hurt, okay? It shit fucking hurt.
Yeah, I bet it fucking
Yeah.
hurt.
Dude, I got a great question. Okay, so we've all seen old cartoons from our childhood, but the conspiracy
I was
theories.
born yesterday.
The conspiracy theories. Which conspiracy theory would you be willing to live in of a cartoon? Let's go between the Rugrats, Ed, and Eddie.
What fucking conspiracy theories do they have?
What? Okay,
I'm
so
thinking,
We're
like,
talking about like
Conspiracy
Like Ed, Ed, and
theories
Eddie's the
like
purgatory.
9/11 and
What?
shit like
Like,
that.
no, Ed, and Eddie's like purgatory, and then the Rugrats where Angelica's psychotic.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
And what's the other one? There's like another one that's even creepier.
They had the Pokemon one where he's in a
Yeah,
coma
yeah.
and
Say like, or you
fucking
could live in
imagine.
Pokemon, but all the Pokemon actually have the sadistic things that are in their like descriptions. Like Drifloon's actually taking fucking children
Well,
away
that
from
shit
their...
actually happens. They just don't show it because it's a kid's fucking cartoon.
So which one would you want to live in?
Pokemon, no shit. Definitely do Pokemon. What
But
the
let's say
fuck?
Pokemon, you have a bigger percent chance you're gonna be taken by a Drifloon.
Well, I might be taken by a Drifloon.
You're still down.
That's my fucking favorite. If I end up dying like that, I end up dying like fucking that.
Oh my gosh, dude. I'm gonna do Ed, Ed and Eddie. Fuck all the adults. I'm gonna live in purgatory.
Yeah, and to never get your jawbreaker.
I would smash the freaking Canker sisters. I didn't get what their problem was.
Maybe one of the sisters.
The blue-haired one,
Yeah.
of course. The blue-haired
Other
one was
than
the
that,
best.
the other two can just like watch or something.
Oh my god, sexualizing cartoon characters.
I mean, they have porn of these
Everybody
cartoons.
does that.
Fucking Jenny
People
the robot.
make buku money off of drawing
Jenny,
porn
what was that?
cartoons.
Teenage, My Life as a Teenage
Yes,
Robot.
My Life as a Teenage
Dude,
Robot.
weren't there like sexual scenes in that cartoon too?
Like, go on Pornhub.com and you'll be sure to fucking find some.
Yeah.
Okay, Ronald, who's the most beautiful cartoon character from your childhood?
What? Shit. I can't remember what happened 2 weeks ago. I gotta really think about this. What cartoons did they have? There was like Kim Possible.
Oh, dude.
Danny Phantom.
Oh.
Danny Phantom though.
Shit. What are the cartoons? I don't know. I'd probably go with the green chick from Kim Possible or some shit.
Chico.
Oh.
Or if we go in.
I'm about to say Raven from Teen Titans if you're
Oh,
going
shit,
that far.
I completely
Teen
forgot
Titans.
about
If
that.
you're going that far, Raven from Teen Titans.
Yeah.
The original.
Oh,
Teen
that
Titans.
half bathing with that bathing suit. Oof.
Josh would pick Teen Titans Go.
Oh yes, both Ravens. I want the chibi one too.
Fuck.
Teen Titans Go is trash.
It's terrible.
They destroyed that series.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, wasn't it like the dude never watched a single episodes of the original Teen Titans when he made it?
I have no clue, but he has all the original voice actors in the fucking Teen Titans, I'm pretty sure.
That just hurts.
I know Raven
It does.
is the same voice actor. I'm
They all
pretty sure
sound
Robin
pretty
or
similar to me.
Cyborg and Robin and Beast Boy, I'm pretty sure are the same. Probably Starfire too. Probably all of them.
That's just not fair. I would have been like, no, I'm not doing this. No.
Bring back the original Teen Titans.
Shit, you throw a bunch of cash in my face, I ain't turning down anything.
I bet you wouldn't, would you?
Nope. I mean, there might be a few things.
Yeah, involving chocolate syrup that I wouldn't do.
Chocolate milk.
Well, yeah, that too. Besides that,
I say you bring in the chocolate milk, it's all fine and dandy.
Yeah.
We having a chocolate milk party. Shit. I'm drinking chocolate milk straight out your asshole. Just,
Delicious. With a bendy straw too. I want the old bendy straws from like the 1990s.
yeah, I don't want to have to
With the
move
double
from where
loop.
I'm at.
Yeah.
You mean the swirly straws?
Yeah, with the double loop infinity
Oh wait,
shit.
I think they were called crazy straws.
Crazy straws, yeah, because you couldn't call them silly straws.
Yeah.
Nah, I need one of those cereal straws where it's like a Fruit Loop straw.
Dude, yeah,
So I can drink the chocolate milk and
then eat
eat
the
it
straws.
after. Got some nice brown
Oh my
chunks
gosh.
on there. That's
Oh
some
my
flavor.
god.
Some nice flavor. Mm-mm-mm.
Mm. Bro, did y'all ever go to like any church camps when y'all was young?
Bro, I went to a
Yeah.
fucking Catholic school
I mean,
until I was in 8th
that's
grade.
Did you ever have sex
Until
at a church camp?
Halfway
No.
through, no, but
What? I had sex
I
at like
walked
every
in,
church camp I
we-
went to.
We were
I
skating.
stopped going to church
Who was it?
like when I was 10 or
No.
11.
No, I didn't go to the church camps, but I had to go to church every Friday for the school I went to, and then my mom and dad started going to fucking church every Sunday. God, you just wanted to blow your brains out.
Dude, so the funniest thing I think about whenever I think about like camps in general was I love the swimming test before you can actually go swimming, where they would judge you to see how retarded you were if you could swim in a fucking straight line or not.
See, I don't know that shit because I barely went to camps.
So my dumbass one time, I remember acting like I couldn't swim. Like I acted like I had like little retard strokes or something, just because I wanted to stay behind and talk to this cute girl.
Oh, so you're like the dude off the Sandlot or whatever. Fake drowning, get her to
The
fucking
Sandlot,
kiss
so
her.
you can get the fucking lifeguard to make out with him.
Was that the Sandlot? I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's the Sandlot
Right.
because he goes into the deep end of the pool and then he jumps in and he fucking drowns and then everybody's freaking the fuck out. The lifeguard grabs him, then she's giving him mouth to mouth, and then she goes down this one time and he just grabs her head and sticks his tongue in her mouth.
I didn't get mouth to mouth, but I did get to stay behind and I hung out with that girl. It
Yeah.
was cool. There was this one weird time I was at camp and they had this like, I don't know why it was so weird, but there's like these two twins, right, at this church camp. These two twin dudes, and they had the weirdest colored eyes I've ever seen in my life. They had like Justin Bieber haircuts, and then like their eyes were like yellow and orange. Like this was before they had the fake contacts and shit. Like, this dude, like, I literally was so entranced by what the fuck is going on here. I would stare at these two dudes looking at the fucking eyes. It's like, what the fuck are they? Are they human?
Shit, that's cool. I wish I had 2 different color eyes.
And they were
Me too.
models too.
Fucking...
They were legitimate models at the time. It was weird. And then, dude, every church camp or every camp has that one spot you can sneak off to and fuck somebody, and everybody knows about it.
No, see, I walked into somebody jerking off in church before.
Oh wow.
We were skating Baton Rouge, and then there was this church, and the doors are always open for churches, for a majority of them. And fucking, me and Allie just walk in, and next thing you know, there's some dude in the front 2 pews just beating his dick off really hard.
I would do it.
We just walked in and walked right out.
I would.
We didn't want to disturb him. We wanted him to let him finish.
You should have filmed it.
You should have.
Should have filmed it. There's this place in Shreveport called the Shithole, and you could walk around Shreveport, and there's this one crack by a coffee shop where there's nothing but trash and like the homeless people's poop they put in bags and throw in this crack. So you walk by this crack, and it's the most unruly smell everywhere. It's like the city's butthole.
Yeah.
It's terrible. And then I walk right past it, and there's this dude just darker than night. I couldn't tell because like the tiles that he was laying on was the same color as him, his clothing, and his skin, and he's just sitting there with his wang out beating it. And before that, I'm staring into the crack of this place, looking at all the trash, and I don't know if this dude thought I'm just staring at him beating his meat. And it's I've never noticed. He's shitting himself and
He's like,
beating
come
his
over
meat.
here, little boy. Help me finish.
I was like, oh God, oh God. And then I talked to Tyler because I was there with my friends. We was playing Pokemon Go. It was like, it was a day we got one of the shinies. One of the shiny Pokemon. They're so pretty with their odd colors and their furry features.
Fuck Pokemon Go.
What happened? What is your experience with the Pokemon
I just
Go?
stopped
He stopped
fucking
playing around the time y'all were playing.
I cheat.
Yeah, I just
I
stopped
cheated.
playing. It got boring. Didn't feel like walking because I'm a lazy piece of shit.
I fucking downloaded it, played it
Feel
for
like
like a
doing
month
it.
or 2, then stopped.
I would cheat and buy the little thingy where you could just walk without moving.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
no.
had that fucking cheat app or whatever.
Yeah, and I got like so much stuff.
Yeah, at the time I was living with my friend Elaine, and she was doing the same shit. So she would be like in Paris or fucking wherever, getting a bunch of Pokemon. But I just had the regular app.
Alright, bro, if you can go back to high school, what would you do differently?
Everything.
Everything?
Let's see,
Same.
not get caught for weed so many times. Not date some stupid bitches.
Oh my God.
Pretty much everything I would have. Not slack off. Yeah, pretty much mainly to not get caught with weed. Because I've got caught with weed like 4 times in high school. Put me on probation for three months one time. Principal caught me with weed one time. Got caught with weed at a party one time.
Jeez, how many times did you get caught?
Dude, I've got caught with weed about 7 to 8 times.
Oh my
Jesus.
God.
Yeah, and I still only got misdemeanors.
Jesus. you
My
just-
record is clean.
Yeah, my record is, well, yeah, it is clean because when you go on probation, at the end of probation, if you do good, they clear your record. So it is clean, but I mean, the cops still can pull up shit if I get pulled over and see that, he got busted with weed.
I got one account for getting busted with weed, and my story is so crazy.
I'm surprised I never got caught with weed, how much I was always around it. I've never gotten arrested.
No, I got to like work in a club, and like I sold drugs from the front door of a club
Damn.
all the time. It was fun.
When was this?
Whenever I was like 19.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I did that. But the funny part about like me getting caught was where I lived. It was in Bossier, and like it's easier to do shit in Shreveport, so I was selling in Bossier. And I'll just go ahead and like tell you the day before and the day like it happened. So the day before, my friend Jebby gets back from the military, And so me and my friend Scotty, who's from England, and like at this time, me and him were only speaking in an England accent. I don't know if that's the proper term for what you would describe the accent, but it was like this, mate. We was talking about like this to everything we do. So our decision was to go to a party in onesies, because this was when they were getting big in fucking in shit. What is the thing called? Spencer's. With the dildos and the shop and the candy and the
a bunch of shit.
Stuff. Yeah, so we go to a party and get super fucked up, and like, so the day before we do this and go to the party, this like crackhead from the neighborhood came up to my friend Scotty, and he was like, he said, "You've been having police officers around your house. They've been watching." And he had like his dog and shit he was walking, and so me and him didn't really think anything of it, because this dude's a crackhead. Like, I'm like, I don't know what he's talking about. He's saying like the police had dogs, or this dude in a black outfit was walking around our house with a dog sniffing the property. So we took what weed we had left, and only the weed. We still had like bongs and pipes, and we had a whole jar full of like joints underneath the television that we were saving up. And so we go to this party after burying the weed in this little trail between my dad's house and my house. It was like two different subdivisions segregated by this little farmland that was right by a highway, which I have no clue why it was there. But there was a little path through it where we like buried some shit by an oak tree. I don't even know what was an oak tree, but I'm gonna say oak tree so you can depict this frolicky little scene of fucking fields. And this England man and this American dude, wannabe English accent out there burying some shit. I'm gonna bury my weed. And so we go to this party and we wreck beer pong and we're bullshitting with all these people, having fun. And so I'm so fucked up, and the next thing I remember, it's me, my friend Scotty, and my friend Jebby, and we're smoking a blunt, standing in the middle of the street in between the two neighborhoods, and Scotty wouldn't give me the blunt, and he was making me really mad, and I remember fucking punching him in the face and taking the blunt out of his hand, and then he runs back up to me and punches me in my eye, busting a blood vessel in my eye, so my eye had that weird little like red angry look to it, like in anime. So after that, we go to sleep and wake up, and underneath my onesie, I'm wearing a Sonic the Hedgehog onesie. I have weed socks on, I have weed pants on, I have a weed shirt on, I have weed earrings on. My hair is green and red like fucking marijuana. I'm fucking basically screaming, "Hey, I sell weed." And so I'm wake up, it's 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm playing Skate 2. The dude that actually owns the house was like ex-military. He's at work. He's got fucking swords and shit all over this house. This house is covered in weapons. Right? There's a sawed-off shotgun in the closet near my room, and then in Scott's room, he's got like a 9mm, or no, he had like a little 22 handgun that was really tiny, like the size of a lighter in your hand. And then the military dude had fucking an AR in his room. 9mm, 22, revolver, fucking, if you could think about it, country redneck bumpkin boy had it. You know what I'm saying? So, it's 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm playing Skate, and I hear this banging on the door. So I'm like, who the fuck's here at 10 o'clock in the morning to buy weed? I'm like, I don't know nobody on the way. So I walk into the kitchen, and it's set up like this. So my room's like in the back, there's this little like hallway kind of thing with an island. And then to the right of that's where the washing machine is. To the left of that, a closet right in front of my door is where the shotguns are. And then you walk around this little bar. Then you got like the kitchen on the right. There's a door to your left. There's a dining table in front of you. Then there's like a doorway in front of you that goes to the living room. So I come through the living room and I go in the kitchen. I'm looking through the little slits in the blinds. And so I look down and I see this like black mask that comes down and is just looking through. And I'm like, who the fuck's here? We're about to get robbed. What the fuck is going on at 10 o'clock in the morning? And so they're banging on the door. It's the fucking Bossier City Police Department. Open it up. It's the DEA. I'm like, holy fucking shit. So I scream out loud to my friends. I'm like, yo, dudes, it's over. It's over. Give up. It's over. And I'm like, open the door, trying to do that thing that, you know, white people do when the cop comes, where you like try and close the door behind you so that nobody hears you. We might be interrupted with music. Damn it. So I tried to do the closing thing behind the door. And not like let the cops in, but the cop like held an AR to my forehead and pushed me back inside, and he immediately turns me around and puts handcuffs on me and puts me on the floor, and then I start acting a little retarded, and like he drags me to the chair and throws me in it, And then he's like, who else is in this house? And he's holding the fucking gun to my head. So I'm like, he's like, who the fuck's here? And I'm like, guys, it's over. I'm like, there's 2 people in that room. Don't kill me. So they go back there, and then my friends don't get walked at all. They're getting drugged into handcuffs, like down the hallway on their faces into the living room, onto the tile, and I'm the only one in the chair. My feet can't touch the ground because it's like a bar stool chair, so I'm just hanging there with my feet dangling in handcuffs. Like, like, I'm like, what the fuck else am I gonna do? Like, this is bullshit. So the dude that talks to us is in like, he's in like a gray shirt, the button, kind of buttoned up with like the softball coach look. You know what I'm saying? With like a buzzed haircut and glasses, really buff. And he's talking to us, and the rest of the people in like fucking SWAT uniforms, DEA like vehicles outside, and he takes us out one by one trying to ask us where we get the weed from and stuff. But we had no weed. Like, they found bongs and paraphernalia, and they tried to get certain people for gun lock charges. They didn't get me, but they tried to get Scotty for gun lock charge, but there was no weed near me, only had paraphernalia. Oh, which I don't know if he actually got the gun lock charge. Like, I didn't stick around for his trial. But anyway, they only found a bong, but they missed entirely all the roaches, the pipe that him and Jebby were smoking before they got there. Like, they were in the room smoking a fucking bowl, and he said he hid the bowl in his socks, like in a pile of clothes right to the right of him. So obviously they were looking for the bunch of weed that we've been selling to the club, because we've been, I'm not talking about a small amount, like, we've been selling to fucking people. So they take us out one by one, and all of us basically say the same thing, like, I don't know what you're talking about, like, we just smoke weed, we don't sell to anybody. And they, like, dude, they keep trying to ask us in jail too, like, who we know, all this, and it's like, so I go to jail and I try to call my dad, because that's the first person I can think of, and literally it's the only number I can remember at all.
No, I've had that problem where I was in jail and they're like, okay, you got your first phone call, and I'm like, I need my phone. I don't remember anybody's phone number, and they'd start yelling at me like, you don't remember anybody's, you don't remember your parents' phone number? What the fuck's wrong with you, kid?
Yeah, why did you make me feel bad? I'm not supposed to remember this.
Yeah, I'm in jail, I'm down on my luck, just make me feel bad for not remembering a fucking phone number. Like,
I never remembered shit back then. I was
no.
like, why?
Like, even when we didn't have cell phones and shit, I still fucking never remembered anybody's phone number or anything. There was only one dude's phone number that I remembered, and that was a friend of mine. Besides that, parents, nobody's phone number that I fucking remember.
None.
And then on top of it, while they were making fun of me for not remembering the phone number, my hair was dyed red, and they kept saying I had a bullseye on top of my head, and that they were going to use me for target practice.
Oh my gosh, in the jail?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
The fucking cops were saying that and shit. No, every time I've come in contact with cops, I've been nice a good amount of times after I realized being an asshole is not going to get you nowhere, and I would be nice and they still treat you like fucking
Yeah, they're always
dude, so
assholes.
you want to hear the rest of this? I got so much more, it gets crazier. Okay, so we get arrested and put in handcuffs, right? And I'm still in the, well, this is before he questioned me.
Okay.
I was still in the, in the house in my thing, and when he looks at me, he sees I'm wearing the all green, the weed leaf, and all this other stuff. He looks at me, he's like, oh, you're the one to talk to, Mr. fucking Green Thumbs over here. So he takes me outside, and he asks me his questions. He's like, who you get your weed from, all this, blah, blah, blah. So they get done questioning us, put us in the cop car. So my homies are to the left and right of me, and I'm in the middle, because I'm the skinniest motherfucker. I weigh like 110 pounds at this moment in time. So we're sitting in there, my friends are all gloomy and looking down. I'm like, y'all need to like cheer up and look up at the sky, look at the clouds passing by. This is the last time we're gonna see anything for a long fucking time. And the cop's dying laughing in the front seat, because I mean, obviously I guess he knows that we're fucked. And I knew we're fucked, but I'm looking at the scenery. I'm gonna enjoy this shit before I sit in jail, because I knew my dad's not gonna get me. So I go in there, and before I get my one phone call, we have to like get the new clothes and stuff, and you have to be strip searched. So I get strip searched by this fucking backwater hick looking cop. So imagine like One Punch Man, okay, bald, but he's a little bit lankier and like a little bit more top build swole, and he's got a weird like chicken foot scar from his forehead all the way down past one eye. And he's about in his 20s, like 28 or something, and he's got to watch me strip and shit. This dude looks like he's gonna fucking murder me.
He's like, bend that ass.
He's like, bend over, boy, and like spread your ass cheeks and coffee. I'm like, dude, this is so fucking embarrassing. amazing. And the worst part too is they had no underwear for me to wear while I'm in jail. So I'm wearing this orange jumpsuit, free balling, with no socks on either, because they had no socks to give you in this place. Oh, bro, it was terrible. So we get put in jail, and like we're constantly getting questioned by this same guy that arrested us, because he just wants some kind of information. But so we don't tell him nothing, because I knew I'm really only getting out with like a misdemeanor. So we have to try and figure out how to get out. So I go to call my dad, right? And I'm getting a check in the mail that's going to be able to pay for me to get out of jail. So I tell my dad, I'm like, yo, look, all you got to do is just cash this check and bail me out, and I'll be able to get out of jail. And he's like, yeah, no problem. I'm like, cool, so I'll be able to call you back. He's like, yeah, I'm going to make sure I get you out of jail. So, dude, the next day I call my dad to see if he's got the stuff in progress, and he's got my phone blocked. He's got the number blocked from calling him. Whatsoever. Like, he's not helping me get out of jail. None whatsoever. Just leaves me in there. So while we're still in jail, like, trying to figure out stuff, so the jail's like the minimum maximum security prison, so like there's no outside. It's like a little triangle on where you can go outside, and there's like a grate above it where you can barely see the sun. It's like 24 feet up. And the only thing we have to do to entertain ourselves at this point in time is to play like pocket pong is what we call it. We had a little deodorant ball, and we'd throw it into each other's pockets on our jumpsuits to get out. But so how I got out was my friend Jebby got in contact with our boss, and our boss needed pain pills so bad to live, and I knew this dude named Ibby who had a brain tumor, and he got prescribed those pink Lortabs. And I met him when I was working at the club, and I was the only one that he would do like a deal with, so I was the only way that my boss was going to get pills, so that's the only way that I got out of jail, was that my boss bailed me out of jail, and then I pled guilty to a misdemeanor of paraphernalia. And then whenever we got back home, we just smoked all the weed that we had buried.
Damn.
Speaking of buried weed, I have a story for that one too.
Do it.
Okay, so it was me, my friend Beto, Rihanna, Reggie, and Jay, and my ex-girlfriend, and me and Beto's ex-girlfriend at the time, he found out she was selling some acid. Come to find out, it wasn't acid, it was a research chem, but we didn't know that until we fucking took the shit. And with acid, I'd usually take like, at first when I first started doing it, I'd take like, one hit, but eventually I started getting to the point where I'd take like 4 hits. So I took like about 2 or 3 hits of that research chemical. And you can tell when it's a fucking research chemical because it has a taste. Normal LSD does not have a taste to it. You get a research chemical, it's going to have a chemical taste, and you're going to know you want to spit that shit out right away because it's not fun at all. I've done about like 10 research chemicals, trust me, it's not fun. But anyway, me and Beto took it. Even though we knew it was a research chemical, we still fucking took it. So we're all chilling at her fucking little trailer she has, tripping balls. He starts having a bad fucking trip and like freaking out. So I start freaking out, and I'm like, oh, I can't deal with this. I gotta go somewhere. So I'm like, we gotta go to the skate park, because I skate, and I'm like, I need to calm down. That's my way of calming down, it's gonna go skate. So I'm like, yeah, let's go to the skate park. So we all pile up in my Audi, and fucking, I'm still the one that's driving, tripping balls, which, not a good idea either. Don't fucking do that.
I'm surprised you were able to drive.
Every time I'm on acid, for some reason, I can drive perfectly fucking fine. I don't know why. It's like I drive perfectly fine. I'm the designated acid.
I remember
like you're
that
fucking
you were
superhero?
driving and you
Yeah.
were driving perfectly normal. You seemed like you were perfectly normal because I remember waking up first thing and you asked if y'all could come over to my house because me and Jay were at my dad's at the time.
Oh,
And
yeah,
so
y'all
you
were at
came over
Kel's
to
dad.
my house and then we all went over to her house and then we went to the skate park.
Yeah, then we went to the skate park and fucking, we're sitting there. I'm tripping balls trying to skate. They're all just chilling. And then my friend homie John calls me, and he's like, yo, where you at? I'm like, I'm at the skate park. He's like, alright, I'm about to roll through. So he comes, he rolls through and everything. And at this point in time, I was selling weed, and I had a pound on me. But it was, before we left, I contemplated bringing the pound with me to the skate park. But I was tripping, and I was like, no, I'm going to leave it here for once.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the first ever time I'd leave weed and not bring it with me.
I'm glad you did.
And fucking, we're sitting there, me and John are talking. Next thing you know, undercover cops roll up.
No.
Cop cars
Mm-hmm.
fucking roll up. I am tripping balls. Like, what the
We're all
Like,
freaking
so this
out.
is the perfect situation. You have
Yeah.
Ronald probably standing there in a daze of confusion.
Like he was
tripping
he was
balls.
skating tripping balls, and
Oh, he's like, this isn't
And
real.
I'm like, oh shit, I'm
Top of
fucked.
It was like sprinkling outside.
Yeah, it was sprinkling. I was like, I'm not fucked. I didn't have any weed on me. But then John's sitting over there freaking out. He's not tripping balls or anything. Me and Beto are. He's freaking out because he has a gun on him. He has weed in his car, pipe, and some other shit. I don't remember what he had. But fucking the cops come and they're like, are you Ronald? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, all right, and they just throw me in fucking handcuffs.
They
and
didn't
then
even tell you anything.
They didn't tell me anything. I kept asking, why am I getting fucking arrested?
Dude,
and
what? They didn't even read you like nothing?
Give him a reason or
No,
nothing.
and then I said, y'all didn't read my rights. And then they fucking grabbed me and put me in front of the cop car and were like, now you're on camera, and then read my rights to me and shit. But I'm tripping balls, and they arrest Beto because Beto had a warrant apparently. But all this was over a unpaid traffic ticket that they came and rolled up on me on.
Even know about.
But they apparently knew I was selling weed, and so they started searching my car. Praise the Lord, I did not have that pound on me. They didn't find absolutely anything in the car. I had roaches in the car, but they didn't even see that because it was in an ashtray, and they didn't want to dig through that. But they didn't find anything on me, still arrested me because of the fucking warrant. They didn't even search John's car. They were just like, yeah, you can go. Yeah, you can go. We're not worried.
John was like, this is the best
John
thing
took
ever.
the rest of us back to Rihanna's camper, and that's when me and her were debating on if we should bury your weed.
They were like, should we bury his weed? I don't know. I don't want them showing up here.
But you didn't show up until like an hour and a half later.
Yeah, fucking.
So luckily
we're sitting in the jail. The cops are like writing down our information. It's just me and Beto in like the holding room, and the cops are asking us our information. I'm tripping. But I'm acting calm enough to where they don't know anything, so I'm telling them, yeah, my eye color, my height, all that, blah, blah, blah. Well, it goes to Beto, who is tripping balls and is only on one hit of this shit.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
no, dude.
What
Beto.
is your name, sir? He says his first name, says his last name, they're like, middle name? I can't remember my middle name. And then they're like, okay. And then they're like, your height? I don't know my height.
Oh my gosh.
And then they're like, your eye color. I don't know my eye color.
I don't know.
And then that's when they're like, are you okay? Are you on something? Are you on something else besides smoking weed? Are you something else besides high? And he sits there and stares off in the distance for like 2 minutes, giving it away. And then he's like, no, I'm not on anything else. And they're like, so you just smoked some weed? And he's like, yeah, I just smoked some weed. I love weed. I represent weed. I'm from Colorado where it's legal. He shows a weed tattoo off to him.
Oh my gosh, to the police, like, yeah, bro, I'm so weed, bro. I'm so weed, bro. I do weed all the time.
I'm sitting there looking like, dude, we are fucked. We are screwed. They're going to tell we're tripping off balls or something else.
Who just tells the police officer this?
The cop just looks at him and goes, you sure you're not on anything else? And he just stares off for another 2 minutes, doesn't say anything, then goes, yeah, no, I'm not on anything else, man. I swear. And then the cops know, so they're like, all right, we're taking you away. And they just threw him straight into the jail cell and kept me there. And they were like, you know if he was on anything else? I was like, no, sir. And they're like, you on anything else? You don't seem like it. I was like, no, sir. I'm like, I'm fine.
But you're tripping
balls.
balls.
I'm tripping balls.
Oh my gosh.
And they're like, okay, yeah. All right, they kept asking me stuff and everything. And then the cop was like, all right, I know you got a weed problem. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, I know you smoke at the skate park all the fucking time and sell to your little friends. And I was like, I don't sell weed. I was like, I smoke it. I'm going to be honest with you, but I don't sell it. And he just looked at me, stupid and everything, and then was like, okay, we finished writing up your stuff. We're going to bring you up to the cell. Do you have money to bail out? Luckily, I had the money to bail me and him out. So I bailed both of us out, and then we just leave tripping balls trying to find a ride back to fucking Rihanna's house.
Oh my god.
We were freaked the fuck
Oh
out.
my gosh, dude, that was a great trip. I would never do acid again.
It was weird.
I'm not.
No,
after that, I don't think I've tripped for a long time. Like I probably took acid twice after that, but ever since then, just haven't tripped again. I've been wanting to try and trip again, but I don't know if I'm ready for it.
I'd rather do because Colorado just did their psilocybin and the shrooms.
But I did hit DMT probably.
Oh my gosh!
Like
no.
5 months ago.
Are we really gonna have a discussion about DMT
Because Brandon has some DMT, and he was like, I don't know if it's real, I don't know if it's DMT.
Oh, I like
but
the
he
way
said
that you're
it's
starting this
DMT.
story, sir. Let's get a disclaimer, please. Okay, so the things and stuff we say in this, please don't, or he says, since we are not us and we are all of one, do not do the things that we're talking about. When someone says at all, if someone doesn't know what something is, please, dear God, don't.
Yeah.
Don't just get it.
Okay, so
Actually
continue
figure it
though.
out.
Continue.
Yeah, but he was like, I got DMT. I don't know if it's real. I've never done it or anything. I don't like tripping. And I told him I tripped a lot and did DMT, and he was like, "Oh, you want to try it? You should try it because I don't know if it's real or not." And I sat there. I was like, "Dude, I really don't want to fucking try it." I was like, "I haven't tripped in forever." And he's like, "Oh, you're scared? You're scared?" And I was like,
This isn't grade A from the book Peer Pressure.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not fucking scared. I'm not a bitch. And so he puts it on a cigarette because we didn't have a pipe or anything to smoke out. I took the hit. I didn't trip or anything because I only took one hit out of a fucking cigarette, which isn't really going to work. But you could feel it and you could taste how it tastes like fucking mothballs and straight asshole. So I knew it was real, but I didn't trip off it. But it pretty much peer pressured me into doing it because I was like, I'm not a bitch.
When did you do that?
I love what
That's
the
like
expectation
4 or 5
though
months
is.
ago.
The expectation
I didn't
is
know
mothballs
like
and
that. I
ass.
was riding around with him to go get some other stuff. And he said he had, somebody just gave him a free gram of DMT. And I was like, shit. And then he peer pressured me into trying it.
The
But I didn't
DMT
trip.
days.
Dude, fuck
The
that.
DMT
I remember
days.
sitting in the car
Fuck
that one time you and Josh did it
that.
at the skate park, and I was completely sober, and I didn't smoke at all. But once I got out that car, because we were in there for a while, I actually felt like buzzed from it.
Remember when it was me, you, Ryan,
Brent,
Jamal, Corey, and we all did DMT?
Oh my god, dude, that was so much.
I remember we're sitting there and everybody.
You were thinking about clowns too.
Yeah.
I was talking to you. He was like, "There's this floating clown, and he's looking at me,
Yeah.
and I don't want to do this again. I don't want to see."
Everybody was quiet, and out of nowhere, Josh goes, "Holy shit! I can see the planets, man."
Did I say that? Because I was literally watching. I was literally watching the planets and shit. It was so
Like music's just playing. There's 7 of us was on DMT, and like 2 of people in there sober, and nobody's talking. We're just hearing music, this trippy music, and Josh out of nowhere just is like, "I see planets everywhere, man." It was fucking great. That was when me and Brent lived together. Me, Brent, and Ryan lived in that fucking apartment.
Dude, I did not know I said that out loud.
No, there was more people. I don't think Ryan and them were in the room because there was like 8 people downstairs also
Dude, so-
not even doing DMT.
so,
and,
like, okay.
6 upstairs doing DMT.
So I remember not wanting to hit it, and my name is C3PR, by the way.
Oh yeah, whoops.
Y'all keep
Now I'm
saying
gonna have to
those
go
actual
bleep
names.
it.
I remember I remember we was hitting it like, okay, so Obi Ron Cannoli, Mr. Cannoli's over here sitting in a corner in like the far right, and his girlfriend at the time to the left of him. Then you had Brent in the bed, and you had Corey in the bed. I'm sitting in the
Jamal's
computer.
laying at the edge of the bed.
Yeah,
like,
and
just
I'm-
slumped over.
I'm in a computer chair at the end, and we just start passing it around, listening to Hotel California.
Oh yeah, we were listening to Hotel California.
And I hit this, and I look up at the fan, and it stops moving, and like these monkey bars come down or whatever, and like touch the ground, and then it started to spin, and I remember the light hurt my eyes, and so I just like put my hands over them, and like I didn't know I said shit. I just like felt my brain go out, and I watched like planets like collide with each other, and I was like flying through the universe, and it was fucking insane.
No, fucking. I remember the last time I officially was like, I'm not doing DMT anymore. Because when you take DMT, if you can hit off a pipe or a bowl, but if you really want to get straight into this shit, you take it off a dab rig. And you just get a nail, get a little dab of DMT, take it, and you inhale it, and as soon as you blow out, you start going into a different universe. I remember the last time I did it, the trip was so fucking scary. I blew it out, and next thing you know, everything goes pitch black, and I'm in a dark-ass room with nobody in there, and like there's no end in sight, and the next thing you know, a spotlight comes on, and on the spotlight is a bigger me that's like 20 feet tall,
Jesus.
looking down at me, and I'm staring back up at it, and the next thing you know, it just crushes me with its foot,
What?
and then my trip was over, and I was back, and I was like, I'm never doing that again.
That's
I was
horrible.
like, fuck no.
Oh my god. I like the one whenever you were scared of the clown and I was over there trying to tell you it wasn't real.
Mm-mm.
But I remember whenever I was tripping, right, and I ended up moving from the chair to the bed, I remember trying to talk to somebody that walked in the room, but I couldn't see them. They looked like an alien. And when they talked, it was like...
Yeah, no, you can't open your eyes on that shit.
And I'm like,
as soon as
what
you
the...
blow out, your eyes want to just close.
I was like, what the fuck is going on? Who are you?
Well, the first time I did it, they were listening to some hardcore dubstep and trap music.
Dude,
And I took the hit off of that, and I remember everybody, there's like 10 people in the room, and everybody starts talking, and I hear the dubstep, and their voices morph with the dubstep music and then become dubstep. And I was
you saw the creation of the step.
Tripping out. I was like, what is happening right now? And then I went into like this place with a bunch of pyramids and was like flying through the pyramids.
You saw the god of
It
dubstep.
was, well,
Did you see King Tut?
I saw some shit. I don't know what the
It's
fuck
King
it was.
Dub.
King Dubs.
King Dub of
Like,
the step.
Going from acid and shrooms to DMT is like a completely different.
Oh,
level.
there's no comparison.
No fucking comparison.
So, like, in my opinion, I go for the psilocybin shrooms first, because I've never had no extreme. Like, that's like the common, pretty color trip.
I don't know. At first,
Never tried
I
them.
preferred acid over shrooms, but now I prefer to try to just take some shrooms.
It's just, I don't know what's in acid, bro.
Yeah, you never know
Yeah.
if you're getting the real shit nowadays.
Bro, I don't even know what real shit is. I guess if I can't make it, I shouldn't do it, but I'm not
Well,
gonna do
apparently
Well,
back in
you
my
can't
mom's
make
days,
half
they
the
had
shit.
to do it.
That's
it. If I can't make it, I'm not doing it.
You can't make half it.
I may be a hypocrite, but you know.
Drugs are bad, okay? Don't do drugs, kids.
Just smoke weed.
Don't
Smoke
smoke
weed.
Weed's bad. It's the worst drug ever.
Weed's so
Oh yeah,
good.
totally.
When cops never told you that? That shit's so bad for you, man. You'll start freaking out. Bro.
Just do a shit ton of opioids through your butthole.
Yeah, just start injecting. a
Another thing you
shitload
can
of-
do is
Yeah.
like go out and find some poison ivy, put it in a brown bag, dry it out in your mom's room,
And
closet,
smoke it.
and smoke it.
And then
And then
that'll
like,
give
and
you the
then
gnarliest trip.
and then
before
go
you
ahead
start
and
breathing.
comment and tell us what the high's like, so we don't have to be dumb enough to do it.
No, don't do that.
Don't
do not
actually
do
do
that because you're gonna have one final breath and then think you're tripping balls, but you're actually dead and being buried 6 feet into the ground.
Oh my god, wasn't that on 1,000 Ways to Die or some shit?
Dude, I couldn't watch that when I was a kid. When I was a
I watched
kid,
Because your mom didn't let you? My mom didn't
No.
let me watch Ed, Ed and Eddie.
no, she didn't care if I fucking watched it. It was just like I would start thinking me putting myself in those positions of dying and how fucked up it'd be and how painful
And
I
how
was
easy they are to get into.
I was like,
Yeah.
no, I can't watch this shit. This is gonna fuck up my head already more than it's fucked up.
I like how horrific it's described as, because you know in the instance of most of those it wasn't something horrific
Yeah.
until it happened, but they make it like so suspenseful. Like this dude was gonna die by a fire extinguisher like exploded in his hands, and like before he even grabs it, they have like this like piano dun dun dun
Yeah,
dun
no.
dun music,
I
and
kind
it's
of
like
didn't watch that because before I watched 1,000 Ways to Die, or before that was even made, I remember Gage Nicolosi coming to school in 8th grade telling me, Chess, and John, oh, go look up this video. Next thing you know, it's a video of ISIS beheading some dude with a dull knife.
oh dude, yeah, when the snuff films
fuck
would go
yeah.
out throughout high school,
Yeah,
like it
or-
was the snuff
Or
period.
Mr. Hands, where the horse fucks the girl to death.
Did
and
you?
shit.
Yeah, so you had that weird kid that was really into it. There's always
Yeah,
that one
Gage
weird kid
Nicolosi.
that like
That
has
was-
it all saved.
that was fucking
and you
Gage.
question them like, what is wrong with
That
you,
was Gage.
dude?
He'd come to school every day at PE, tell us a new fucking video to go look up. And me and my friends would go home and look up them videos, and that shit scarred me for
Oh my
years
God,
after. I
Two
couldn't-
girls, one cup. Oh my god, the glass in the
God.
dude's booty
Come on,
hole.
Mr. Jar, I think
That's
it
what
was.
that. Oh my god, that one was terrible.
He puts this fucking glass jar up his ass and then shatters it and starts picking out glass pieces.
the
out of his asshole.
torture Olympics, pain Olympics.
Pain Olympics where everybody. Okay, hopefully I heard people said that shit is actually fake.
Is it?
Which I hope it is because they said it was for like some body modification thing, and they did that, but it was just fake.
I mean, usually isn't a modification supposed to be a positive thing?
Yeah, no, but
I
I
don't
don't remember. I think I heard it off of the official podcast. They were saying something. Kai was saying something about.
Are
how
we
it's
allowed to
actually
say
fake.
that?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you talk about different podcasts on here.
Just
You're
me.
not gonna get flagged for that, but if you put like a segment of somebody's shit in there, you're gonna get
Like we're talking to one of them.
Yeah.
That would be great. I'll do it. Let's add one of them.
Dude, they did that on the official podcast on a bonus episode. Kaya took all of Charlie. He took the soundboard of Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
And they went through the whole bonus episode with Kaya playing the soundboard and faked all the guests that it was actually Charlie was still there. And shit.
And Charlie wasn't?
No, he wasn't there at all. He was absent.
Oh my god.
And everybody thought it was him because he fucking made a whole soundboard of his shit.
That's priceless.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. That's ingenious. Like, that's ingenious. He trolled
Yeah, he
a
trolled all of
nation.
them.
He trolled a nation.
Couple 100,000 viewers, goddammit.
What episode was that?
That was a more recent episode. I'm not
Damn.
sure what episode it was. Very recent.
Episode 23, minute marker 745.
No, 23.
23 is a long
23
time ago.
was... Shit, I probably know this. I think 23 was Cry. Because PewDiePie was 21 or 22.
PewDiePie was
Somebody's a stalker
Yeah.
here.
I've,
We
dude,
got a
He's
9-year-old.
obsessed.
We got a 9-year-old army.
9-year-old army right
I've
here.
listened to their fucking podcast at least 3 times over.
We're both a
Real
part of the
Sleepy Cat's
9-year-old
like
army.
2 times over. Like, you gotta cancel to subscribe to PewDiePie, that's no more.
Mm-hmm.
That's so fucked up.
I don't care what anyone says. PewDiePie's still number one.
Yeah.
Yes, PewDiePie still won. Hands down. PewDiePie won. The hearts of millions.
He didn't need
Hearts
a
of
corporation.
9-year-olds.
The 9-year-old army is forever.
That's an
That's
authentic
claps
thing.
for
Yes,
PewDiePie.
the clap is the clap, bro. The clap. That's like Thanos'. That's like Thanos' snap. That's how powerful that is.
Mm-hmm.
He's the Thanos of YouTube.
Indeed.
With one clap of his hands, he can wipe out everybody.
In the memes. With one clap.
He is like Thanos. He does a clap. The memes
It's-
are dead
it's
the
over.
next day after he does meme review.
over.
Yeah. Balance.
We got to draw out PewDiePie as Thanos.
That,
Oh my god.
they probably already have that
I was
shit.
about to say that.
How much fucking fan shit he gets and fan drawings and everything?
Yeah, his legs are now canon. I've seen him.
Yeah,
on
they were
episode.
canon in
He
the
has real
latest
legs.
episode. He has legs. He has legs.
But I knew he had legs because of the fucking picture of him pushing the.
Yeah, but
Cars.
those could have been photoshopped.
Yeah, these are real. He posted
He was
them.
wearing like the same pants. They
They're
were
canon.
black.
They're canon though. These are canon legs. They're in an episode. What if he goes back and changes his episode to non-canon legs?
Yeah, this episode was
It's
actually
non-canon.
non-canon.
Those weren't my real legs. Nani?
Just like Dragon Ball Z, Goku has nipples now. They're
Oh,
canon.
yeah. Canon and Vegeta's blew off. Yes, if you need any of the true lore of Dragon Ball Z,
Didn't know if nipples are canon or
no
not.
nipples are canon. Watch Dragon Ball Z abridged,
Are
but also
dicks
support
canon there?
support the true release of Toriyama though. Are their dicks canon?
Yeah,
I know
I've
that
never seen a
Superman.
dick.
I know that Superman has a comic book where his dick is canon. Like
What?
there's
Huh?
canon Superman penis.
Is it like a chub or is it actually his penis?
I'm about to.
flopping
I'm gonna
around?
go to the Almighty Gaggle. The Almighty Gaggle is gonna show us Superman's canon penis.
Gabble, not Google.
Canon Superman. My web history is going to be so weird. Superman wiener or penis?
It's better than some people. Some people, just for the fun of it, want to see what furry porn look like, and the next thing you know, you look at their fucking history, watching some furry porn, you think your friend's crazy, you need to sit down and have a talk with them.
I think it's Batman. I think I'm wrong. I think it's Batman. I think Batman has the canon penis.
Somebody has a canon penis.
Somebody has a canon penis. We're gonna see which superhero has the canon penis.
Somewhere out there, somebody's penis is canon.
Canon.
Not sure whose, but somewhere.
Yes, it is Batman. Batman has a comic book where look, there's the Batman's penis. This is a canon comic book. Batman's penis in a comic book for the first time ever.
Why the fuck did they draw that in so much detail? Like, they were just like, it's a close-up shot of his groin. We have to
They're
give
so
him
proud
a
of
dick.
I mean, at least Batman has a decent one, you know? It's Batman. It's gotta be.
Fucking Batman.
It's the money shot. It's the Batman money shot. For
For
what reason? For what reason did they need a canon bat penis?
I don't know, man.
I want a canon Spider-Man penis.
There's not enough penis in our comic books.
I need a canon Spider-Man penis with Tom Holland.
No, please, no.
They're gonna ruin
They should have done
that.
a Tobey Maguire.
With Tobey Maguire,
Oh
I
my
would
God.
Senpai Tobey Maguire with canon Spider-Man penis. So like, did you ever see that one video? I feel like the dude took the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and he graphically designed penises on them, like the two real Ninja Turtles, because they're too real,
I've not seen that.
and they have their dicks just swinging about
No.
like big swangy dicks.
Don't ruin Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I do not go on the internet and start looking up penises
porn.
Don't question my searches.
for fictional characters.
Don't question my knowledge and history.
I'll look through his history. It's just SpongeBob have a penis.
Oh my god.
Does Spider-Man have a penis?
I must know if their dicks are canon. All
Does
canon
Ed and Eddie
penises.
have penises?
Do they have dicks? Can they reproduce? How do they live forever?
Do they suck each other off for jawbreakers?
I bet they do.
Well,
I mean, they're pretty desperate. They act like it's crack.
yeah.
We gonna need more jawbreaker.
This is harder to search up than I thought. I don't quite know how to search up CGI turtle dongs. It's not working.
That's funny.
I think it was on like Reddit.
I say this was a good podcast episode. We went a whole hour of talking.
Really?
Yeah. There was like no silence in between any of it.
I mean, it's still gonna have to be edited down.
No, it's not.
It's probably not gonna get edited.
It'll get the very little parts and some bleeps. That's about it. But anyway, guys,
Thanks for watching.
for the
Listening,
pilot
hearing,
episode
feeling,
of Through the Looking
playing.
Cocks, I mean
Please
cast.
masturbate.
Anyway.
As we talk.
Bye.
ASMR. I love you.
Okay.